So for the next 3 weeks now, so 4 weeks in a row, I'm doing a deeper teaching with each section of our practice called Surrendered Presence. And it will alternate Wednesday, Sunday, Wednesday, Sunday. So on Wednesday, I taught about the first step, which is dropping into our own experience. And the recording's available on the Mighty Network, so you can access it if you'd like. And tonight we will be looking at the second step, which is deepening our presence and also to feel ourselves held. And all 4 stages of this practice are here in order to undo our long-term conditioning, the things that we have automatically done, or the things that we have done in response to our environment, our culture, our society. So the first one, dropping into our own experience, we're taught to look out from ourselves at the world and to always be scanning. Am I okay with everybody? And am I okay? And then we lose track of our own felt experience. And then we actually have to practice to stay really attuned to ourselves and what's happening inwardly. So this next step is feeling ourselves here and now, and then feeling ourselves held. So if you ever watch your thought processes, huge amounts of the brain time is taken up by, and kind of depends on our personality. We're either launching into the future, which may, just be, what am I going to eat after this? Or we're rehashing the past and worried about what we've said, done, or regret, or bitterness, or whatever may happen. And it's actually, when we're actually engaged in thought, it's unusual for us to be in the moment. And so the vast majority of us miss the moment, the present. And it's my opinion that it's only in the moment that transformation happens, or any healing spiritual practice, because we have to be here now for that to happen. So I am aware that we don't actually break habits. We actually create new habits that kind of get laid down on top of the old ones. So that's exactly what we're doing here now. And one of the beliefs that we have, one of the habits or beliefs that have constantly been fed to our mind and has affected our being, is the fact that we're separate from one another. And we believe that because it looks that way. It often feels that way. Each of you are sitting here with me, but I don't know what you're thinking. I don't necessarily know what you're feeling. So I can feel very alone over here in my own little square. And so we believe ourselves to be separate when we feel into our experience, whether that's of nature or love or something beyond us, we feel a connection. We feel connected. But then the mind takes over and says we're separate. And it's actually that belief that we are disconnected that creates so much of our inner anxiety and angst. And so we're attempting to create a new habit here, this belief that we are actually connected to ourselves, to one another, to the world, to nature, to God, to spirit, whatever we want to call it, or not call it, as Mark mentioned earlier. So one of the things that is very important in being able to do that is to feel ourselves grounded and held. The other thing that I'm aware of in my life is that I often feel floaty, especially when my mind is going here and there and here and there. That when my body feels actually in a place, then my mind, my heart, my spirit can follow my body there so that I can be in the moment. So these are just a few of the reasons, and I'll probably think of other things that I want to bring in as we do the practice, but a few of the reasons for this second stage of the practice in which we deepen our presence, feel ourselves here and now, and then feel ourselves held and connected. And that all sets us up to get ready for the third and fourth stages, which are letting go, beginning to let go. So I invite us all to settle into your space, to be in whatever position most allows you to both be attentive and also at ease in your body, so that you're in a position of support, but not overly relaxed so that your mind constantly wanders away. So we begin the second stage with feeling our feet on the floor. And to just continue to keep your awareness on your feet. And we're going to do this for a minute or two. And this uses our ability to hold our attention in one place. So this isn't a hard focus. This is a soft focus. You're not acting like your eyeballs are laser beams on your feet. But you're just imagining that your awareness is resting down there on your feet. We'll use the word attention, awareness. And a great way to keep the mind engaged so that it doesn't wander off is to really notice the sensations of the feet. So what does it feel like where your foot is coming into contact with your sock or your shoe? What is the solidity of the floor like when it comes in contact with your foot? And when the mind wanders off, You're just gently redirecting your awareness back to your feet. And if you have to do that every second or two, there's no judgment about that. It's simply a practice. Drawing your awareness back to a specific focus or specific place. Sorry to use the word focus. And you can do this very same thing with where your body is coming into contact with what you're sitting on. So just shift your awareness there for a moment. And feel what that feels like. And now as you hold your awareness on your feet or where your body's coming into contact with what you're seated on, become aware that you're being acted upon by gravity. And with practice, you really can sense some sort of tug or pull on your body that's holding you in place. And we're aware that that pull is arising from deep in the earth. And that we are held in place in this moment by a force in the universe called gravity. And so simply experiencing yourself held in place. So in a lot of meditations you've heard, you may hear people say, ground yourself or feel your roots going down into the earth. So this turns it around a little bit to recognize that the earth is always pulling us into herself. We don't have to do that. So when we recognize that it's being done for us, we can begin to relax. We don't have to hold ourselves here. Gravity is doing that for us. So just for the next minute or so, noticing that. And see if you notice any shift in your being as you don't have to do the work, it's being done for you. And this place that you are being held is called here. So again, feel what here feels like. It's something we rarely give our attention to. Just feeling our own here-ness. And I won't describe what it feels like. I just really encourage you to see what it feels like to you, for you, to be here. So here is the place, and the time is now. So again, just see if you can get a sense of now, of simply being in this moment. So as we feel our here-ness and we feel now, we are naturally in presence. We are present. And again, it's something that's rare. We've all experienced, particularly times in nature where nature's beauty and power just draw us into the moment. I recognize for myself that even with that, I start thinking about the experience rather than just staying in and with the experience. And the experience is what our sensations are, what it feels like here, what we see, what we hear. Without intellectualizing or making comment or creating meaning. Just allowing it all to be as it is. So notice if you begin to feel some stability. You're being held, you're being grounded. And usually you begin to feel like it's easier just to be here. And this comes with practice. But there's more here and now than when we began. There's the beginning of stabilizing in the moment. And we become present in ourselves and with ourselves. And then it's also really important in the overall practice to know also what we're present to and with. So that we open our experience up or out into the world, the earth, nature, universe. To recognize that we are a part of. And what we are also present to is to the force and power of love that pervades all of these places I've named before, pervades our own selves, the space around us, the beauty of others, the beauty of the world, the wonder of the universe. What if it's all love? And for me, if it's all love, I relax. I open my heart. I trust. I connect. I belong. So just in this next minute or so, staying with that sense of being drawn into the earth, feeling of being held by the earth and also by love. And then from there, you're able to observe, to know what it's like to be here now. And as you learn to notice what it feels like to be here now, you can return at any moment of your day to here and now. I thank you all for practicing with me. I will see you next time.